Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Korean Jesus here with another reaction video, and this one's called The Worst Twitch Streamer. Now, if you don't know who Vaush is, he's been catching flack lately on Twitter because he accidentally went to save as and it opened this folder which happened to have a lot of furry and lolly and inappropriate images, right? And if you don't know who Vaush is, if you've ever seen the Soy Jack meme, this meme right here, it's him. They traced him, and it's kind of funny that this meme has existed for a really long time because he's been defending child predator behavior for a really long time. Now the question is, why does he still have a platform on Twitch when I don't? Because I was speaking out against a lot of the executives that were involved. Yo, I used to have a platform. And TwitchCon is when I met a bunch of the Twitch mods, and that's when I really disliked them, which is why I went pretty hard on them here, which is explains a lot of the bans here. But I used to be a streamer. So a lot of people in my last video leaving comments, you guys have no idea how deep this goes, right? I used to be on Twitch. I used to be outing this. And once I met the staff members, like I can show you a couple of them. So once I met this guy, Hassan, there was a rumor that said that he was banning really hot streamers and then having them send him nudes in order for them to get unbanned, right? Taking away their livelihood off a platform. That's too much power. And then what ended up happening years after I was accusing him about doing all this? Some woman came out, showed the logs of him doing it, and then he got fired, right? Isn't that interesting how these people have a platform on Twitch? It's almost as if they want them there because they can benefit from them. I mean, it's definitely not like I was there to witness all of this happen, and it's not like I was there to call out all of these executives on their abhorrent behavior of doing this grooming shit, right? So let's go ahead and watch this video.
Streams on Twitch. He is a political streamer, a grown man, and recently I've seen his very controversial opinions, mainly just making him a creep, a plain creep. Like, this guy's gross. How I found out about this guy was Twitter. One day I was just scrolling and I seen Vaush, and it says he accidentally opens you know what. I'm not even gonna say it.
Kind of structure that I'm referring to.
So he apparently showed, it's disgusting. I don't even want to say it. So I seen that and I was like, okay, that's disgusting. There's no way that's real, because Drama Alert tweeted it, and they tweet a lot of BS. Like, some of their stuff's probably not real. So I decided to do my research. Today, he actually released a apology.
At least you did your own research. Let's see how much research you did.
Video, I guess. The context video. He didn't even apologize, because there is no apologizing needed. This is just a crime at this point. I watched about an hour of this, and I really can't stand this guy. This guy actually just pisses me off because he tries to normalize. I'm not even gonna say it again.
He's been doing this for years. How come no one's calling him out for this nonsense, right? If you go into it, like, this is old.
Usually when I talk about Twitch drama, it's goofier topics like that girl.
There are so many occasions of Twitch streamers that are groomers and child predators. It's not like the platform doesn't know. It's almost as if they hire the people that they like that will bring them what they want. It just keeps happening, but people want to attack the streamers, and I was the only one that was going after the executives because I met them, and I'm not going to forsake my morals and ethics to sell another person for financial gain. One of the main reasons I got banned on Twitch is because I was a brand risk. When Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Jimmy John's would advertise, I would go over the ingredient list and point out the poisons and the research studies that show that it's linked to causing cancer and all sorts of health problems. Who else sponsors them? DoorDash. What was my other message? Cook for yourself. You'll save money and you're gonna avoid a bunch of these poisons. It's good for your health. That doesn't help Twitch advertise with DoorDash, because that's what most of these people are doing when they're watching the streams. They're gonna DoorDash that stuff. I'm a brand risk because I care more about people than I do about making the dollar.
But it's just disgusting. He gives context on the clip where he opens up.
I wanted to look at an image more closely, so I right-clicked to open the image in a new window, but then accidentally instead clicked the Save As tab in the right-click drop-down menu. Now, because I am, as has been extensively demonstrated.
Notice how he brings the most important part of this, him allegedly bringing up on his Twitch stream. Notice how he brought this up 1 hour into the video. The part of the video is labeled the taxes folder. No one knows what that means, buddy. He just didn't want to put it in the beginning of the video and actually say what it was.
A fucking idiot. My preferred strategy for keeping my desktop clean is to keep a single big folder called To Be Sorted, where every image, document, music file, whatever I happen to download gets sent. This is an insane thing to have as a live streamer, but there you go.
It's insane. Yeah.
It's me. So I hit save as, and a half second later, a preview window of the folder and its contents popped up on stream. And now, of course, that folder had in it. So I immediately ended the stream and deleted the VOD, even if it weren't just embarrassing to make a mistake like that.
One of the things I got banned for was a streamer by the name of Smash God turned his live stream away from him, proceeded to slap and beat his girlfriend live, didn't even mute it until he realized it wasn't muted, then he muted it and continued beating her. Now he got unbanned a week later, whereas my 4th shirtless ban took like 9 months for me to get my account back. But I said, you want to fight? Why are you beating up a woman? I live we can meet in the middle because he lives in LA. And I said, why don't we meet halfway? I know a couple of MMA jiu-jitsu gyms that'll let us walk in. We can just pay an entry fee and we can just fight. Why don't you fight me? Why don't you sign a contract? We'll live stream it, right? And then I got banned from Twitch for threats of violence against another streamer for like 14 months. And now that's what everyone is doing. Everyone's having boxing matches. And yet I got banned for saying that let's do it legit, sign paperwork, do it at a gym, live stream the whole thing. But this is why I'm speaking out against it, because no one else really is. And I honestly feel like a lot of these content creators don't know what they're even talking about, nor are they qualified to talk about such issues which is why I'm doing it now.
One of the largest political live streamers on the platform, it's TOS. You got to delete the VOD. So I stream with no delay, and folks are always screen capturing the feed. So I knew the contents of my to be sorted folder and the preview window were irrevocably.
So this guy is just using big words to confuse.
Irrevocable is not a big word. He's not using big words. He's being verbose, meaning he's using more words than is needed to explain the situation, to include more vagueness without being direct. That's the whole reason why he's doing this. What are you talking about? Big words.
People, but what he's saying is he basically just saved the picture and then showed his contents in the folder.
To be honest, that didn't really bother me too much. It was embarrassing, sure, but mostly because it made me look like a careless idiot, not because I was ashamed of the furry demon monster GF big dick porn stuff.
So, grown man, a political streamer, is talking about this right now. That is just insane to me. I mean, that's besides the point.
I had rambled about liking all that stuff on stream before, not a secret. And I thought, maybe,
we know,
in a
buddy.
way, this fuck-up would come across kind of charming. That's my streamer, that fucking idiot right there. My community was already making a big joke of it by the time I went live again. Of course.
Fuck his community. If you're part of Vaush's community, go fuck yourself.
I knew as soon as the folder opened on stream that it would be pretty easy for people to lie about what it contained, to stir up drama or cause me trouble or for any other reason. So when later on in that stream, 1 or 2 people came into chat and they said, hey, there was lolly in there, I figured they were just causing trouble and I banned them. Of course, we know where this is going. By the next day, I had learned from what felt like the entire goddamn internet that 2 of the images in my folder preview window were actually from a well-known lolicon artist, and therefore definitely intended to be lolly.
So when I was watching this, I was like, what is lolly? And I looked it up, and it's underage girls. And I'm not going to say the rest, but you can understand.
Anyone that watches anime and justify that shit by saying it's a demigorgon or a demigod 800 years, 1800, whatever, right? Should be taken to a wood chipping convention to show how strong the wood chippers are. That's what I believe, and that's why these predators that run the site hated what I was saying, because they realized it's wrong. But Vaush has a great history of just defending child-adult relationships. Because this is the first time it's happened. This is what bothers me the most about Twitch. It's a common occurrence. But these streamers right here, these content creators only go after the streamer, where I was legitimately going after the staff.
And I thought that was very weird. And this guy just says, oh, I didn't know. I found out the next day. It doesn't matter, buddy. You had it on your computer. That is sick. Now it gets worse and worse and worse as we go on. This sick is not banned on Twitch. I'm not trolling. This dude showed literal minors on Twitch. I don't know how to word this without sounding insane, but this dude showed he on Twitch. And here his account is. All his VODs are gone, but his account's here. Like, this to me shows everything. Like, a political streamer does it, it's fine. I mean, this dude, if you guys know of him or have heard of him, you probably know him for some weird stuff. Because I've never heard of him, and I started watching his, like, controversial clips, and they are very weird. If you just look up his name on Twitter, you'll see the weirdest clips of him giving out his opinions.
Nobody disagrees with me on the argument that I'm making here. I hope if I had only known then what my future would hold, then maybe I would have optically workshopped it a little more. On to the next one.
Like, look at that weird Discord screenshot. I don't even want to read that one out loud, but someone tweeted at him and said, why would you as a grown man not be more responsible or careful about not saving content? I mean, that's just common.
Again with the grown man thing, bro. I can't wait for this younger generation to get a little bit older and realize that being a grown-up doesn't mean shit.
Sense. You're a grown man, you're a political guy, you're smart. So I went to his Twitter, and this is his bio. Libertarian, I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry.
Why are you making YouTube videos? Go get an education. Holy shit. Libertarian. Did you not take civics? Do they not make you take civics in high school anymore? You don't have to learn about politics in high school anymore? What's going on? You don't actually have to read books? What the? You guys use emojis to answer questions? How do you not know how to read Why are you even giving... Oh, whatever.
Sorry, I don't really know anything about politics. That's why I'm not a political person, but socialist, homosexual, racial hyper-justice, ultra-feminist, world's only advocate for transgender rights, live streamer, homosexual. You already said that. I actually do not know what any of that means. He tweeted out 5 days ago. He said, all right, fine. I'm making a...
Sorry, it's supposed to be about Vaush, but I got it. He's gonna catch some strays after insulting grown adults. I'm a grown adult. You don't even know what libertarian means. Like...
response video. It's going to be a big one though, so it'll take a little while. Whether it's not engaged within good faith, I want my audience at least to have everything laid out clearly and truthfully. So this dude said, I'm going to make a response video, not an apology, a response. There's nothing to respond to, buddy. Like, there's literally nothing to respond to. You're creepy. You're weird. I mean, his Twitter's just filled with political things. But again, when you look up his name, you'll see very, very weird, creepy clips of him.
It is possible. Please right now, uncuck your dumb shit lip SJW brains and recognize this empirically correct fact that I am about to spit. It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well.
This guy is sick in the head. I've never seen that clip before. I've seen many others of him saying things along that line, but this one is crazy. And
see, that's why I keep saying I'm an OG. I was on Twitch. I recognize those stream alerts. This is way old. He didn't catch any flack for that one. He didn't get a ban, no suspension.
The fact this only has 6 likes on Twitter, this guy is a creep, and I'm surprised no one is really talking about this. It's not like this guy...
Dude, 6 likes? That video is from like 5 years ago.
Guy is irrelevant or anything. This guy has over 400,000 subscribers, and he's live right now. I mean, he just posted the context video 5 hours ago. It has 100,000 views. Somehow, this dude has 11,000 likes on the video. People are sticking up for this guy. Like, I see all of...
It had 21,000 and 7,500 dislikes last time I checked.
For Twitter, this guy has a cult fan base just sticking up for him. I don't know if they're also creepy, but...
I'll make it clear. You can write this down. I want to fuck a woman as a horse. None of this is a secret. To be clear, you know, many jokes have been made about this, but I stand by it. My moral principles are rock solid. My feet are firmly planted in the ground.
What?
My boots up. They're planted firmly. You cannot move me from my position. This isn't a secret.
No one is arguing with you about this. You're talking about being a horse so you can fuck a woman. You're gay. You're not even straight. I don't understand how that works, but I don't care. But no one is, don't do that. Why are you saying this? I thought political people are professional. You're talking openly about being a horse for your pleasure. Like, dude, you're actually so sick. This is not real. Like, how is this real? I don't even know.
Let's talk to a therapist. Well, why do you want to be the horse, Vaush? Because then I'd have a giant dick. Okay, couldn't you have a big the other way? Well, yeah, I could. Like, yeah, I could have a big hypothetically in any variety of scenarios, but then it wouldn't really be a horse. Well, you could be a human with a horse. Yes, but then I wouldn't have that powerful stallion energy.
No one is talking to you about this. You're literally coming up with scenarios in your head. Oh, what about this, this, and this? And then you respond to yourself. You're sick. Keemstar tweeted that. He said, Vaush needs to be put down in Minecraft.
Hey, we got good and bad news. Good news, we got your payment, buddy. Bad news, they gave you life. Sayonara.
Yep, that's his lawyer. That's honestly the best way to explain it. I mean, people just show crazy screenshots of him saying weird stuff on Discord, which I can't show. But yeah, this tweet that Drama Alert put out has 14 million views and 25,000 likes as of 9 days ago. No one's really been talking about it. Yeah, there's been a few people that are like, this guy's weird, but no one's really said how weird this guy actually is. I cannot wrap my mind around how he's not banned on Twitch. He showed literal on stream and he's not banned. That is the craziest shit. So this guy named Sensitive Society made a video on Vaush. He said, Vaush is beyond disgusting. That's the proper way to word that. And now here's where it gets very dark and creepy. He plays some of his controversial opinions. An opinion is one thing, but when you go against just like morals and the law, it's just disgusting. So let's play that for you guys.
I feel like I've outpaced him intellectually.
He sexually harassed a girl and then said she doesn't even deserve basic human rights.
Poppy is not worth apologizing to. She is barely worth the intrinsic human rights to which all human beings are endowed, okay? She is a disgusting human being. And that doesn't mean what I did wasn't wrong. It does mean I will never apologize to her.
Or outright rewrite.
I have no clue what he's talking about. It just gives off that vibe.
I thought you do research. Why is this guy even making videos? I don't understand. So let me give you context as to it. I think it was a streamer named Poppy, and it was at a TwitchCon where he sexually assaulted her. And if you've ever read the book by, I think, Irene Chang called The Grape of Nanking, right? You get to understand the psychology of these people that do atrocious things where they'll paint the victim as the most horrendous, horrific thing in order to justify what they did as correct, which is exactly what Vaush is doing. I don't know why this guy's making a video. Why are you making a video?
Where it's like, just shut up, you know?
Just for fun.
It is possible for an adult and a child
That's
to have
disgusting.
a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes.
Disgusting, bro.
Pedophiles, right, who buy child. Would you say they should not be held responsible for doing that?
Yes.
If someone is constantly defending,
Bro just defended buying. I don't want to say it. It's disgusting, bro.
And access to like Lolicon or whatever.
Well, I would assume there is a correlation between people who really want to believe that and people who are pedophiles. So,
Dude, I got in trouble for saying things like there's a correlation between people that are LGBTQ and also extend over to the child predator category.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet that. The
Oh, you-
widespread consumption of hentai, lolicon, whatever, you know.
Oh.
I still think that it normalizes quite negative things, you know. We have at some point
Yet
in our
you
lives
download
been
it.
going crazy on some hentai site, and we've been stroking as hard and fast as we can. We go back, look over our history chat, and we go like, oh jeez, oh boy, some of these girls looked pretty young. Okay, I don't give a all right.
What? No one is doing that. You are fucking sick. This dude just said, guys, we all have done this, and says that crazy shit. Bro, get this man a fucking therapist. Put this man somewhere where he belongs. Imagine
You're talking about like a wood chipper, right?
how fucked up his brain is to think that's normal and be like, chat, you guys agree with this, right? No, we don't. No, we don't.
Easy to think he wasn't joking here.
If you're into lolicon, like, people always say this. People always say, bro, it's just drawings. Okay, drawings of what, right? Civil War, okay, states' rights over what, you know?
Why is this man talking about
State rights.
sexual pleasure politically? You are a political streamer, but this is all I've seen you talk about. I've never seen you talk about politics on a clip. I've yet to see that. But this dude just debates with his chat.
Why are you into that? What elements of that are you into, you know? And I think there's no way...
If you're part of the Vaush community or you sub there or you're in his Discord, you can go f yourself. Like, real talk, you can go fuck yourself. Holy shit, are you a piece of shit to even watch and support this guy. Bro, if you're part of his community, fuck you.
To answer those questions without at least being somewhat introspective about the underlying issues.
It made people wonder if he was projecting. Suddenly screaming out of context was no longer a good excuse. And Ethan would destroy that narrative.
Why is the possession of child pornography immoral? Because it hurts people to make child pornography, yeah? Because you have to hurt children to make it. That's why it's immoral. It's not magically immoral. It's immoral because of the harm that is caused by it. So, do we not possess other things that
You sound like
hurt
someone who's
people
trying to
in their
rationalize
production?
child
Like,
abuse.
Exactly what he's doing. In my eyes, I'm looking at this, he's defending it. He's trying to normalize it and just...
He's not the only one that was doing it on Twitch between 2017 and 2019 when I was getting banned. I was calling all those people out.
being like, oh, well, if this is legal, then that's illegal too. Yeah, there's illegal things in the world. You can't just go rob a bank. I mean, turn me into a fucking political streamer at this point, right?
That I was making.
Yeah, that was a terrible hypothetical situation that you made to fit your narrative. You are basically Vaush as a political streamer. Good one.
Essentially is that people are inconsistent in their moral outrage.
Everyone
at commodities,
is. Everyone's inconsistent with everything. We're all hypocrites. We're all liars. We all make mistakes. But this is not a mistake, buddy. Like, what are you doing?
Hurt people when they're produced.
Okay.
So people will laugh off cocoa butter or chocolate or, or cobalt or other, products that we tend to get through a really, really unethical system. But then they're really, really quick to denounce.
This man says you eat chocolate and you dare to care about chocolate. That's what his point is, right? Those things can be produced ethically.
But you believe that some consumerism is more ethical than others, right? Not all consumerism is equal, right? It's not all equally unmoral, right?
I would argue that in the sense as to its outcomes, yes, obviously there are some forms of consumption that are less ethical than others. But in terms of what it means for an individual's ethical state, I would not argue there's a difference. I would not argue.
I mean, I don't want to watch this anymore. I have no clue what he's saying. He's using political terms to talk about this disgusting topic.
Oh, is he using big words like libertarian? This future generation, bro. I'm so glad I decided to make content. You guys are gonna get some real base stuff. Go ahead and hit that like. I mean, if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. But I'm gonna be doing more and more of these because, why not?
Yeah, I just really was so interested on how does this guy have a platform? Someone needs to check this dude's hard drive. It's just insane to me how he is on Twitch streaming every day and he has over 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. This guy has power. He can make his viewers think whatever he thinks. He could be like, guys, this is right, blah, 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 blah. You know how many people he probably brainwashed because of the words he uses and his influence and power? I'm no exposing channel or anything, but I just really wanted to give my opinion on this because I can. I just found this super interesting. This guy also lost 10,000 subscribers today. I mean, you had that coming. So yeah, man, a lot of drama going on YouTube right now, and I figured I'd just bring this up because I've not really seen anyone talk about this. And this one I personally found disgusting. Vaush, if you're watching this, you're disgusting, buddy.
But yeah, I've been around for a while and I've been speaking out against this whole groomer pedophile agenda. I mean, go look into how Miskiff got his start. The Ice Poseidon RV trip. What's going on with Action Man and Ice Poseidon? It's not like Ice Poseidon has made other streamers coming up have sex with them that he brags openly now that he's on Kick. That's the funniest thing. You guys have no idea what's actually going on in the Twitch world. You guys are blaming streamers and how do these people... If there's any video or streamer you want me to talk about next, drop it down below. I do want to apologize for throwing strays at this guy, but him doing the whole grown adult thing and not being able to pronounce certain words, I already know that this was the kid that would pick on me in high school. So I apologize. I'm pretty sure he's probably cool now, but I mean, I just got that vibe off of him. So, have a good one.